guys, welcome to a vlog in the car. It is Thursday, the 24th, I believe. I just looked at the date, you'd think I'd remember. Oh man, it is a weird day. I got a lot done yesterday. I did 2 videos. I planted tons of garden stuff, plants. I still need to pick up a few more probably on the way home because it's just bothering me. It's like I just want all of them done. Anyway, hi, if you're new here, I am Mare, and I do makeup a couple days a week, hopefully more soon, a few days a week now that things are getting done and we'll be able to sit outside. Oh, it's getting so nice out. It's going to be almost 80 next week, I think. Anywho, I am currently driving to a dentist appointment. I go every 6 months, get my teeth cleaned, taking care of them, because if you are new here, you might have missed it, but years ago, God, it's been several years now, I did a getting my teeth fixed dental journey, and I got many implants, and I still need to get 2 more that I probably am going to do this year. I'm just trying to decide when I am going to go about that, because it's going to take me out for a little bit. It's pretty intensive. My whole face will swell up. I will be a mess. So I don't know. I may have to like pre-film some stuff before I'm going to do that, because it'll be like major surgery getting my implants put in. Not major surgery. I mean, it's outpatient, but I do get put completely under when I have it done. They do general anesthetic and I fall asleep and I wake up and I have implants and I can't feel anything, and it's frankly just a little bit painful and miserable, but totally worth it to get the implants done. And I do have to get these 2 lowers. So I think I'm going to be doing it sooner than later. I think sometime in May I'm going to talk to the surgeon. I already have the quote and everything. It's from a couple of years ago. Even if it went up, that's fine. They gave me a quote. They know that I need to do it. My dentist knows I need to do it. The main reason I need to do it is because I have molars on the top, but not on the bottom right here. So I don't have anything for my top molars to grind against, which is bad. They said eventually I will actually lose my top molars for not having bottom molars for them to like meet up with, apparently, which I didn't even know was possible, but I guess it kind of makes sense. It's weird, but there's that. I guess you could Google it and look it up, but that's what my dentist said. This is what the oral surgeon said. So I am just going by what they say. Also, it would make eating a lot more pleasant because I only have top molars and not bottom molars. So yeah, it would be these. We're right where I indents right here. Or no teeth right there. So that's where I would get them. Here and here. I shouldn't do that while I'm driving. It's uncomfortable, and now my finger's all wet, and it has lip balm all over my finger. Look at my lips; they're still so chapped. This lip chappiness, frankly, making me crazy. It's like they were better yesterday, and now they're worse this morning, and I don't understand it, and it's really ticking me off. Especially because I'm supposed to be doing a makeup look for Women Who Collab today, although you're watching this the next day, so it doesn't matter. I'm probably going to post this vlog tomorrow, which is Friday the 25th. But I know Chelsea isn't doing the look today because she said she has too much going on. I don't know if Nina's going to do it. Nat hasn't been doing them. Adrian hasn't been doing anything in a very long time, so I don't expect that anybody else is doing it. So I've got to watch the traffic, see if anybody's coming. There are a ton. Okay, well, I am very early for this appointment. I left so early. But I'm like, with construction and stuff, I'm like, let me just leave super early. That way I cannot rush. I'll be there like, right now, I'll be there like 15 minutes early. A little over 15 minutes early. And that's perfect because if there's any accidents or construction or anything, I don't have to be stressed about it. I don't want to leave like, I never leave to go that far like right on the dot and go, oh, it takes me 32 minutes to get to my dentist, by the way. because they're totally on the other side of town. My hair is growing so fast. I actually trimmed it in the back today because I'm getting kind of a mullet thing going on, which would be okay, but it was just all uneven because it's growing. I haven't had a proper trim or done anything. I just trim it occasionally. I think once it all grows to almost the length I want it, I will go to JTH salon in town and get a trim, a proper trim, not me doing it, because it is really hard to do. Even though I was a hairstylist and I always cut my own hair, it's hard to get it perfect in the back, and I want like a perfect bob with a little bit of layers to it. I'm probably just gonna have them do a bob and I'll put the layers. I'm so bad. I'm like, oh, it's like a doctor going to another doctor. A hairstylist going to another hairstylist. It's the only person who ever did my hair was Greg. Greg was my buddy. He was a fellow hairstylist who I worked with. He was in the seat next to me. He was in the chair next to me at 2 different salons. We actually worked at 2 different salons together. And Greg was my bestie, and we always did each other's hair. We colored each other's hair. We cut each other's hair. If we had like a break in our schedules, or it was a slow day or something, we would do each other's hair. So that was fun. I miss Greg. I often wonder what happened to Greg. I have no way to find him. Believe it or not, I cannot remember his last name to save my life. I've tried to remember and I cannot remember. Because this was back in the early, like mid to late 90s. It was like a zillion years ago. But also, I just knew him as Greg. I don't think I ever even used his last name. Even in the salon, like clients didn't really, like, do you know your hairstylist's last name? Question in the comments below. Do you know your hairstylist's last name? I'm really genuinely curious. Because I don't know how many of people, my clients, knew my last name. But even all the stylists I work with, there was like Holly, and Holly did nails at the first salon I worked at, and Jen and Greg. I can remember everybody's names, but I don't remember any of their last names, which is cuckoo crazy. But I bet they don't remember mine either, and I don't think anyone even really knew my last name. Because it's not like you go in the salon and they're like, oh, I'm your hairstylist, and they give you their full name, right? They're not like, I don't know, they're just like, hi, I'm Sue, hi, I'm Mary, hi, I'm Beth, whatever. You know, it's not like they don't like formally introduce themselves with their first, middle, and last name or something. So I don't know. Yeah, Greg was awesome. He actually also then, after I quit working in a salon, he was working in a salon in Ferndale, right near where I lived in Ferndale, with my hubby, who was then my boyfriend, but now hubby. And Greg worked right on Woodward and 9 Mile in Ferndale at a salon there for a long time too. So I don't know, for all I know, he's still working somewhere in Michigan doing hair, but he might have gotten the hell out of Michigan, which I wouldn't say I blame him for. Or he's still in Ferndale somewhere, which would be the one place I would think that Greg would stay living, is Ferndale, perhaps Birmingham, maybe Ann Arbor, or Saugatuck. But I doubt he would go all the way to Saugatuck. But anyway, how did I get on this subject? Trimming my hair. So, yeah, it's been a weird day. My lips are super chapped, and I'm worried because now I have to go get my teeth cleaned. So I'm going to be like stretching my mouth all out, and when I do that, it already hurts. I'm going to tell them I'm going to put a whole bunch of balm on, and I am really worried that getting my teeth cleaned, like while my lips are this chapped, is going to make them like way worse. I just hope they don't split or anything. I'm like, I want to do makeup and film makeup, but it's really hard when I can't even do anything in this whole area. I guess I could do eye looks, and eye looks with no lip. Like yesterday was, I think I made it worse yesterday doing anything on my lips. I should have not done anything with my lips yesterday. Sorry, I keep doing that because I have to keep moving the balm around. So I am using still the Dr. Pawpaw whatever thing. Dr. Pawpaw Limited. I love this stuff. This stuff, I mean, it's working really, really fast. Oops, that's the scrub. So this one, there's a scrub on the top and then the balm on the bottom. But I can't do the scrub, obviously, because that would kill me. I have to keep putting it like way outside my lips. And it's weird because I'm like, how did this happen? I haven't worn any makeup. At first, my first thought was, did I wear something on my lips or did I do something that like made me break out? Like, is this like a reaction to something? But no, it's not. I haven't used anything different. This was all after I worked outside all weekend. Well, the only thing I did was I had sunscreen on my face, but that was all over my whole face. So if I was going to have a reaction, it wouldn't just be like my lips. I honestly think the whole lip chappy thing is because I have been blowing my nose constantly because of my allergies. And when I blow my nose, this is right where even I have this soft, the super soft Kleenex and everything. Even with that, the bakery looks closed, but it's open. I kind of want to stop at that bakery on the way home. Even like using super soft tissues, like blowing my nose so much as I am with spring allergies, I think that's why my lips are chapped. Because we were working outside all weekend. It was warm, it was sunny, it was breezy outside. Between the sun and the breeze and me blowing my nose constantly, I believe that is how it got this chapped. But I'm sorry, and I keep doing that. And it's so annoying, but imagine this. This is like, I'm trying to imagine like, I'm trying to do the balm and like, stretch my lips a little bit because that's what's going to happen when I go to the dentist. I am dreading this. I didn't want to cancel my appointment and be like, I can't come in, my lips are chapped. I am canceling because my lips are chapped. Could you imagine? I mean, I guess I could have, but yeah, I didn't want to cancel my appointment because there's too much going on in May. So I had a pretty great day yesterday. I was like, I kicked ass. I recorded 2 videos, uploaded them, did thumbnails, did the editing, did all that. I did very light editing, as you could tell if you watch the videos. I very lightly edited. I hardly edited at all. I did not have time. You're going to see less and less edited videos, including this one. Me going, see, I didn't edit that out. I'm not doing it. I just don't have time. But I've been getting up really early. Yesterday I got up at 4:30 or 5 in the morning. Today I got up at 6. I actually woke up around 6, but, well, yeah, I woke up right at 6 because the sun was streaming in my window. I have the perfect alarm clock. Bedroom window faces east. The way my bed is, and my side of the bed, the sun comes right in and hits me right in the face as soon as it's to my window level, which is not very high. So about 6:15 to 6:30, I am getting full-on sun blasted in my face as if someone is standing there with a flashlight. I'm one of those people who can't sleep unless it's pitch black. Like, if there's one light on in the room, it will keep me up. I'll wake up. And I'm like, how can I be waking up? Like, there will be like a little blue light on a plug or something, and it'll freaking wake me up. I hate it. I have one of those eye masks too. I have a Blissy eye mask. It's that really soft one. I love that thing. Half the time I forget to put it on though. Or I put it on and I feel like the dogs are going to think it's a toy, and in the middle of the night Enid's going to go running away with it. She's never done that, but I do keep it up on a shelf. I think that's why I forget it, because it's up on a shelf above my bed. Because if I leave it where the dogs can reach it, they might go running off with it. So I just keep it kind of put away. So then at night I forget to put it on. Anyway, got so much done yesterday. God, my lips are making me nuts. Just talking, I have to keep like moving my lip balm around because I could feel it drying out. I got all the gardens planted. I only need 3 more plants. So I want to try and stop on the way home and pick up the last 3 plants that I need for the window box. They're not window boxes. They're on the ground outside the sunroom, and they're big pots that sit on the ground outside my sunroom. You guys will see them once things are all done. I'll like do a reveal of my goth gardens and my plants and all the stuff we planted where there was nothing. There was nothing there, so it's all new. All the gardens are all new, and I've been working on it for the past week. So I still have a few more things to do. I have to get 2 of those big, at least 2, possibly 3 of those big whiskey barrels. Uh-oh, hold on a second. We have construction up here. Hold on. Okay, I think I'm going to be okay. It says right lane closed ahead, but I think I'll be okay. I could always like, oh, it's right here. Oh, that's fine. There's no backup on I paused for a second on here to get on Google Maps. It's backed up a little bit, but it's not like terrible. So yeah, I'm not, yeah, this is fine. I mean, I still have like a half an hour until my appointment, and I'm almost there. So I could have gotten off the freeway at the last exit, but I'm like, no, I'll just go this way. Oh, I like the guy behind me. He's like stopping so people can't go flying ahead. Yay. Cool, dude. Okay. Yeah, I'm already down in the 1 lane thing, and I'm still moving. So we are just rolling along at a lovely 14 miles an hour through construction. So I was saying, sun comes in my window, wakes me up. So if I want to sleep in, I have to close my shades. But I kind of like that the sun's coming in my window and it forces me to get up. So, itchy, top lip, itchy. I wonder if this is also from my allergies. That's weird. I don't know. It's strange. So about 8:30ish, 8:45, I get a text message from my friend Jamie. Jamie is my best friend in Michigan, who's a doctor. I've talked about him in a lot of vlogs and a lot of videos in the past. And we were roommates back when he was in college. He was going to Wayne State to be a doctor. Then he went to med school. He graduated from med school. I was his roommate through all of that. So we have been best friends for like over 30 years at this point. And we've been through a lot together, and I absolutely adore him. And he is the one who lives in the very cool big house in Mount Clemens that I have vlogged from in the past. If you see my Michigan vlogs, I'm usually at Jamie's house vlogging. And I talked about it in all those vlogs. And those of you who watch, you'll know this. But if you are new or you're just watching this the first time, Jamie travels because he goes to a lot of medical conferences, being a doctor. So he's got to go to a certain amount of continuing education every year. He has this big old pit bull named Coco, and he rescued her off the streets in Detroit. She was obviously from a dog fighting ring, and we think she was used as a bait dog, which is horrific and horrible. Coco had a lot of trauma. She was a puppy when he found her. I'll never forget, I was living in Ferndale because by then I had met and moved in with my boyfriend, who was my current husband. So I lived about 20 minutes away. I remember he text messaged me, and he's like, oh my God, there's this puppy on the steps of the church right at the end of my block. I'm going to try to catch it. It's just a baby, and it has a rope tied around its neck. And I'm like, oh my God. So he said, what should I do? And then he called me. I go to Starbucks, because there's a Starbucks right around the corner. I go get some kind of food, like a bagel, a muffin, something, and throw food and see if you can like attract it with food. And he said, oh, well, this thing is clearly like starving. It's skin and bones, and it has a rope tied around its neck. It looks really bad. So the next thing, like, I don't hear anything. And then the next thing I know, I get I get a picture from Jamie of this dog like in the back of his car, and it is the saddest looking thing. She's hiding back in the corner, still had the rope around her neck, But she had all these scars on her head and on her face that she had through her whole life. And he named her Coco, and he kept her, obviously. But she had a lot of issues and a lot of trauma. She was a very tiny little black pit bull, and we think because of the scars on her head and how beat up she was and starving, and that she had a rope around her, that someone in a dog fighting ring in that area, because that's where we used to live in downtown Detroit, and back then there was like a decade and a half ago roughly, there was a lot of dog fighting rings, and there probably still are. It's horrible. I don't know why people have to, like, get a real job. That's all I'm going to say. Get a real freaking job. I'm not swearing. I want to swear. I want to say get a real effing job, and stop making dogs mean and brutal and cruel, and stop making dogs into killers because you're too lazy to go out and get a real job. There. Okay, I said it. I hate those people with a passion. There are not many people I hate in this world. People who use animals that way, in cruel ways, like cockfighting, like with roosters, and even bullfighting. I'm sorry. It's just, we are not in a world where that needs to exist anymore. Like, just being cruel to animals for your own, like, fame and money, like, F you. Okay, F you. Get a real job. You know, you have no talent and obviously no brains and no talent, and this is all you can do with your life, is use animals in really cruel, horrible ways to make money or get people to like you or something. Go get a job. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Coco had a lot of trauma, needless to say. Jamie could never crate her. She would freak out. She would like snap, and it was a PTSD kind of thing if she would be in a crate. And one of the things they do with dog fighters, which is really horrible, but they will lock a dog in a crate and poke it and prod at it and beat on the crate and make the dog more and more angry and everything, which is like horrific and shouldn't be done to anyone. But we're pretty sure that's what was done to Coco, which was terrible, because Coco could never be in a crate her whole life. She had a side where she had a PTSD side when she was younger, where she would just snap, and her and Jamie's other pit bull, Lilu, would get into some fights, and he had to break them up, and I would get phone calls going, oh, they had another fight. And it was weird because they were both strays that he found on the streets that were probably from dog fighters. So occasionally Jamie would have to break up fights between his girls. Lilu passed away several years ago, I think in 2022, I want to say. I think it was 2022. Because I just had a video that I sent him. I think it was 2022 she passed away, but don't quote me. And I had gone out like 2 days after Lilu passed away. I went out to dog sit Jamie for Jamie. I house sat and dog sit Coco for him. And he goes, yeah, I'm kind of worried about Coco because now Lilu's not here anymore. And I'm going out of town, and she's going to wonder what the hell's going on. Thus kind of started a few years ago, thus started my trips to Michigan to dog sit for Jamie when he went out of town. And what worked out really well is that he lived right by my dad. He lives right by my dad. He lives 9 minutes away from my dad, which was great because I could stay at Jamie's house, dog sit for him, watch his house, and I could stay there and go visit my dad. And I always took Coco with me to visit my dad because my dad loved Coco. She's a big old lady dog, white face. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to get to the point, like way into this video, but I got a text at about 8:45 this morning, and Jamie just said Coco's gone. And it just, I can't cry because I'm going to be at the dentist in a minute. I already cried this morning, like big time. I made a little video reel. I might put it right at the end of this vlog. I probably will. I made a little video on my phone of like Coco pictures of her and my dad, and her and Jamie, and her and me. And anyway, Coco had such an amazing life, and it's going to be so weird the next time I go to Michigan and she's not going to be there. It was like the first time I went there and Diablo wasn't there, who was his first pit bull. First time I went there and Lilu wasn't there. Jamie now finds himself in a Peter Mon type situation where it's when I talked to him, he goes, oh my God, this is the first time. He's like, it's the first time since the Indian Village house that I haven't had a dog in my house. And he actually said, it was like so heartbreaking. Jamie goes, I don't know how I'm going to sleep at night. I can't even imagine going up to my bed and being in my bed without a dog with me. He's like, it's literally been decades. Like it's literally been like 20 years or more that Jamie has not had a dog in his house, or I think it's more than 20, because I've lived out here going on 18. And before then, he had Diablo, he had Lilu, he had Karma before that. It's been at least 20, it's been about 27 or 28 years that Jamie's always had a dog. I know because it's going to be mine and my husband's 25th anniversary of when we met this June 1st. So we met June 1st, 2000, my husband and I. And this whole intersection is different now. It's so weird. They're doing construction here. It looks so different. So that's 25 years. And then I lived with Jamie before that, and we had dogs. So God, it's got to be close to 28 to 30 years that Jamie has had a dog in his home at all times. Some dog. First it was Diablo, then it was Diablo and Karma, then it was Diablo, Karma, and Lilu, then it was Diablo, Karma, Lilu, and Coco. And then Diablo died, then Karma died, and then Lilu died, and now he just had Coco the last several years, and now Coco is gone. So it is like, it's even longer. I think it's even a lot longer than Peter Mon and Alex had their dogs, that Jamie has always had a dog sleeping in his bed with him and with him at all times. So that is absolutely devastating for him. He's like, I just bonk. Did you hear me bonk? I bonked into the stone wall, but that's okay because I have a Jeep. I just remember I had to turn my music down because I stopped. All right, so I'm in the car, but I am like 17 minutes early. I want to just talk about Coco for a minute, and then I'll go in, and then we'll talk some more on the drive back. But yeah, he texted me. He's like, he called me. Well, he texted me, Coco's gone. I called him almost immediately, and I said, oh my God, what happened? And he said it was a normal morning. He was getting ready for work, and he takes her to work with him every day. And she loves it. She goes to work with him every day. So he said that she was coming down the stairs, and she stumbled at the bottom of the stairs, and she kind of fell, and she freaked out. And he's like, she did her normal coming down the stairs. He goes, she always struggles going down the stairs. She's really old. She has a lot of arthritis, and she kind of goes down the stairs. Actually, he just texted me. I'm going to have to check my phone before I go in. And he said she fell, but she kind of freaked out more than usual. Like, so we think that her heart started going as she was going down the stairs. And he said he's a doctor. He said, I know the signs. She had a heart attack. So it's always sad when you lose a dog, but Jamie said, well, one of my worst fears that has been hanging over me for years now, I didn't have to deal with, which was that he would find Coco, that she had passed alone without him there because he works so much. And he does take her to work almost all the time, but there are days that Kelly comes by, or he has his mom go by his house. Somebody goes over to check on her if he doesn't take her with. If it is like super hot out, or she's going to be in the car for a long time or anything like that, he wouldn't take her. Anyway, so because he drives all the way across Michigan to Jackson some days. Sometimes he goes to Ionia. He drives all over the place. Or he goes on vacations and people check on her, like I watch her. But he said, my worst fear was that I would go out somewhere, even just going out for a night, like to a concert or something. He goes, I was always afraid I was going to come home and find her and that she would die alone. I didn't want that to happen. So he's like, well, I'm glad it happened when I was home. And it happened in the morning, you know, but it sucks because then he has to go to work all day today, which really blows. But he said that he picked her up from the bottom of the stairs, and he said she was already like having trouble breathing. He said she was like breathing really like she was definitely having a heart attack. He put her on her bed and he sat there with her, and he said, you know, I knew she was going. I could tell immediately she was going, that she must have had a heart attack coming down the stairs. She got almost to the bottom and her heart just went, nope. And it was just her time, you know, but she wasn't sick. I mean, we always knew, and we kind of hoped that she would either just go in her sleep or boom like that with a heart attack. And he said, you know, these pit bulls are so tough. They never let on when anything's wrong with them, especially not her. She was so happy-go-lucky, even with her arthritis and everything else. She was on like CBD gummies or chewies and stuff like that for anxiety because she's just old and she couldn't hear anymore either. She was deaf. So, but she could feel like thunder and thunderstorms and fireworks. She could hear and she could sense, but they would freak her out. So he could not go anywhere when there was thunderstorms or anything like that. Anyway, so yeah, he was with her, and he said she passed away in all of like 6 minutes from the time that he got her, when he heard her at the bottom he was in the kitchen probably making her breakfast or something, or making his bagel that he makes in the morning and packing his lunch, because he does the same routine every day. That I know his routine. Anyway, so he said he put her on the bed and he sat with her, and he said she was gone in like 6 minutes flat. And he was with her. He said it wasn't like a struggle. It wasn't terrible. He said her heart just faded and she just left. But I was like, I'm still kind of like in shock. Like, I can't believe she's gone. And it's hard because I'm not there. So it's like, it won't really hit me until I walk into his house and she's not in his house anymore. But I mean, you guys know, like every time, I mean, it's been like years now. I've been driving to Michigan. This would be going on three years, I think, that I've been driving to Michigan to dog sit her. And she's always in the front of my Jeep, or she's in the back, or she's sitting up here. And I have videos of her, like, I took her to Big B Coffee, and I always took her to like drive-thrus and everything. And everybody loved her. And I'd take her to see my dad, and she would run around his yard. And I think it's hard too, because my dad's not doing well. He's having heart problems. So the fact that he loved Coco so much, I had to text him and tell him. And I know he sleeps in really late, so he probably didn't even see my messages yet. But yeah, it's been a rough morning for all of us. We've just all been like texting back and forth, and Jamie asked me for some pictures that he knew I had, and he said, can you send me these pictures, because I want to like print them and frame them and everything. But when I called him, he said, I don't know how I'm going to sleep in this house. He's like, I am not going to be able to sleep. I'm not going to be able to go in my bed and sleep. He said, I'm going to have to go to the gym after work and work out so hard and so long that I just collapse and I'm exhausted and can't keep my eyes open, because otherwise I won't be able to sleep here without her. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like almost 30 years of having a dog with you at all times, some dog, and then no dogs. So I think I got to keep an eye on my bestie. So needless to say, I wanted to go into Michigan this weekend, but it's not a good weekend for me to go. That would literally be like today. As you're watching this, I'd be driving. And my husband has some huge things at work going on, and he can't help with the dogs and the animals and everything. So I can't go this weekend. And Jamie said he's really crazy busy anyways. Next weekend is not necessarily the best. So I'm looking at like maybe the second weekend of May going out there. And then I realized that's Enid's first birthday. And I kind of was looking forward to being at home with her for her first birthday. On the other hand, me and Enid having a mommy and daughter vacation in Michigan with her uncles and grandpa would kind of be an epic first birthday. So I don't know. So I'm kind of like thinking about it. Anyway, I'm going to go in the dentist now because it's probably about time I should be going in. We'll talk more when I get out, and I will have very clean teeth, and hopefully my lips won't be bleeding. Wish me luck. Okay. Sorry for the sad news. Take a break. Get some Kleenex. At the end of this video, I'm going to put up the reel. It's not a reel. It's like one of those Apple movie things, and they put all your pictures. I actually have so many pictures of Coco because she's like my other dog in Michigan. I have so many pictures of Coco that she has her own album on my phone. So I made this little like movie out of a bunch of the pictures. So I'll put that at the end of this vlog, though. Not coming up, but at the very end, if you want to see that. Or should I just put it here as an interlude and then we can talk after? Maybe I'll put it in between my appointment. Okay, I gotta go in. I'll see you with clean teeth in a few minutes. Clean teeth. I look psychotic. All right. Don't judge me if it looks like there's something weird between my teeth because I got a fluoride treatment. Oh my God, and my air is on full blast. I have to turn the air on. It is so warm out right now. I don't know what the temperature is. I'm not gonna look at the moment, but time to head home. Woot woot. So went very well. Everything looks great. He said my teeth are very clean and I'm doing a wonderful job. So I get a star on my forehead, a virtual star on my forehead. Sacred Ink Studio tattoo. Walk-ins welcome. Oh, I should tell Jamie he should get a tattoo of Coco. Look, Jamie is that guy, like, he has never gotten a tattoo of one of his dogs. Oh, damn, I should have told him to do a stamp of her paw print, though. Crap, I don't know if they did a paw print for him. Okay, so the cleaning went great. X-rays look good. I'm going back in November for another cleaning, and before then, I was talking to him about the implants. So my molar on this upper side, it's so interesting. So what I told you was absolutely right. In my X-ray of this molar on the two on this back, so my teeth there are longer, and he said they not overgrow, but over something like it's like they almost overgrow a little bit. And so yeah, I like in the X-ray, this tooth is longer and this tooth is longer because there's no molar for it to grind up against. And what's happening is that's bringing the root down also on this side where I have a little bit of an exposed root, and that's my fault because I very much overdid it with brushing my teeth because I was so excited to keep my teeth clean when I got my implants that I overbrushed them, and I actually brushed some of the enamel off my tooth. I did not know it was possible to brush your teeth too much, but that's how I learned that lesson. So now this one is like really sensitive. Ooh, I always forget there's this really cool nursery right here. I need to stay out of plant stores. farm stand and nursery. Oh my God, they have so many flowers there. No. I know I have to go to Richard's, the place where I always go, because I already picked out the plants there. And the thing is, I planted the flower boxes under the sunroom, and I got this purple Jacob's ladder plant. It's a native plant, and it's a perennial, so I don't have to worry about it, and it's really cool looking. So I planted that one, and I only got one of those, and I need two because there's 4 boxes, so they're on the 2 outside ones. So yeah. So I can't get something different. I have to get that exact same one so that they match, because it's like a whole continuity thing. So I think I'm going to go there before I go home. I was joking with them, like I said, how long until I can do anything with the fluoride? Is it 30 minutes? He said, no, it's 20. And I said, okay, good, because, well, we'll say it's 11:55 right now. So probably about 12:15 I could eat or drink something. So I do have my water in here, but with the fluoride treatment, he's like, don't eat anything crunchy today or anything hard, which I don't usually anyway. I mean, sometimes I'll have like almonds as a snack, or like trail mix or something, but I don't really chew on anything really hard and crunchy. But he's like, nothing really hot, nothing really crunchy today. Like, let the fluoride like work its magic. So I'm like, no, that's fine. I'll probably be doing like protein shakes today. And not sure what I'm making for dinner. I might make my hubby tacos. I'll see. Thinking about surprising him, making him tacos. He's having a very long work week. He's working a lot of hours and a lot of days, and I gotta take Jeremy to this antique store. I love that place. When he comes out, Jeremy likes going antiquing with me. That's a me and Jeremy-ism. Jamie likes going to antique stores in small doses. Like, he'll go to a couple of them. Oh, anyway, so I was talking about Coco before I went and got my teeth cleaned. So I'm talking to my dental hygienist. He is really cool. He's got a wife and kids and everything. And he said he has a dog that's 16. I was getting texts from Jamie, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm just looking because my friend's dog passed away this morning. He goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I know it sucks, and I hate that I'm so far away and I'm not there. And difficult. But so the dental hygienist was telling me that he has a dog who's 16, and he said, all my dog does is sleep, and she's deaf. So when I come in every day, I never know, like, she's always sleeping, and I never know if she like is gonna go in her sleep or what. But he said it was so hard because they said they lost, they had a Great Dane that only made it to 4 years old. She had a stroke, and she actually passed away in the back seat of his car at the vet's office. That is the craziest story. And he said she wasn't acting right. She was acting really weird. So he took her to the vet, and they checked her out, and they said, we don't see anything wrong with her. He walked out of the vet, went and put his dog in the back seat. The dog had a stroke, totally stroke, and died in the back seat of his car in the vet office parking lot. That is like one of the craziest stories I think I've ever heard. That is cuckoo. That is a crazy, crazy story. So yeah, he said that was like the worst. He said that was like the worst, really heartbreaking, because his kids didn't understand, and his kids obviously are really young, and he said they keep looking for the dog. They kept looking for the dog, and he said they would go out. Anytime they go out, if they see a dog that even remotely looks like their dog that passed away, they call the dog's name and they think it's their dog. And I'm like, oh my God, you're killing me. That is so sad. Oh my God, stop. That is like the saddest thing ever. So yeah, that is like devastating. Oh no, man. And so we were talking about how dogs never live long enough. But he said that his is 16 now. And he also has another dog. He has another dog that's only like 4 years old, I think he said. His one that passed away was 4. This one's only like a couple years old. So he had the one that only made it to 4. And he said he did not want to get another dog right away. But his wife was like, well, the kids. And then they got another dog. And he's like, yeah, he was saying that he was still just so devastated about the one that had the stroke because she was just so young. He's like, it's really not fair when they go and they're that young. I'm like, I know. I said, it's never easy. I told him, I said, we had one that made it to over 18 years old. He's like, 18? I go, well, yeah, but she was like this big. Rusty. She was only like 7 pounds. Our little Italian Greyhound made it to, 18 years and 4 months? Wait, don't remember, December, January, 18 years and 5 months she made it. So, Rusty made it to 18 years and 5 months. But I told him, I said, not a day goes by that we don't wish she was still here. And 18 years doesn't even feel like long enough. It's like, no, we want her back still. And, Eliza is hanging in there. I keep getting messages that they want to do a checkup for Eliza. And I'm like, she's doing really well. Her appetite's great. But Eliza is my oldest dog. She's my Italian Greyhound who has leukemia. But it is not like active. It's just lurking right now. The leukemia is lurking. Her white cells have been doing their job. They've been doing good. And they said her counts have been great, so I haven't had to worry about it, but I do have to keep getting her blood checked every several months just to make sure. And even so, my husband and I kind of agreed at her age and everything, we don't think we want to put her through chemo because it's not going to save her. The leukemia is going to get her no matter what. I've done so much reading and research on it. And it's just we just want to give her the best years. I don't want her to I'm not going to have her spend a whole bunch of time. She's a little old lady. She's old. She's not terribly old, but she's old as far as being a puppy mill rescue dog. Puppy mill rescue dogs almost seem older than their years because they've been through so much stress in the early parts of their life. And it's really not fair. It's just the fighting dog thing. It pisses me off so bad. Eliza should be in a lot better shape than she is, but she started off being rescued from a live animal auction to puppy millers. I've told that story before. That's a long story. Anyway, this is a depressing ass vlog. I am so sorry. I'm talking about everybody losing dogs, but the thing is, it is something that anyone who has pets, it touches your life. And I think it changes you forever. Once you've had an animal that you've loved and lost, it's you're never quite the same again. You know what I mean? You're just not. Jamie texted me right before, I think I told you guys, I said, oh, Jamie texted me again. He texted me right before I went in. I think I'm going to go this way. I'm going to go the back way. I didn't take the freeway today just because I didn't feel like dealing with it, to be honest. I don't feel like dealing with the freeway, so I just took the long way home. Take the long way home. It's that song again. Oh my God. I was singing that in another vlog. But what was I saying? Oh, so Jamie texted me right before I went in the dentist. He texted me 2 messages and he said, oh my God, I think dropping her off to be cremated was worse than actually sitting here watching her pass away. And I'm like, oh. And he's all alone. He had to do it by himself. I wasn't there. And this is one of those times I hate that, my best friend in the whole world is, over 500 miles away from me. I would have been like, dude, I'm on my way. I'm coming right now. I'm coming over. I'll reschedule my appointment. I'll pay the cancellation fee, whatever, It's so frustrating because it's I want to be there for things like that. And I hate that, of all the times, I hate that he's got to go through that, by himself. And everybody else, everybody he knows, everybody's working. It was the morning as it was. He had to I'm sure he had to reschedule his morning at work and everything because it's my dog died. What are you going to do? It's not like it's nothing. It's not like it's a nothing thing that happened. So, I don't know. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. it's hard when you want to be with your friends and bad things happen like that and you're so far away. But I sent him a funny picture, though, to cheer him up. Oh, so as I say, like, I texted him back, though, and I said, I totally understand, because I was like that with all the dogs that we've lost. Saying goodbye to them, like, seeing them pass away is hard, but then when you have to, like, take them to get cremated or whatever, you know, that's like a whole other level of, that's the final time you're going to see them, you know? So it is like a very valid thing to have a hard time with. I mean, I think having to do that it definitely is like the worst. When my brother passed away, it's weird. I was at the hospice with him for the whole last week. Almost, it was the last 5 days of his life. I think it was at hospice Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days. I was there the last 4 days of his life, and I spent every night in the hospice and stayed there. The night before his last night, I slept in his room with him because his wife said she didn't want him to be alone and she needed one day to just go home, take a breather. She slept with him, next to him, the night before he passed away. That was like a Friday night. The Thursday night, I stayed in the room with him and slept in his room with him, so he wasn't alone. Went through all of that. He passed away. I was at I never left the hospice, not for a minute. I was there from when I got there on that Wednesday until that Saturday when he passed away. I never left. I didn't leave the premises. They provide everything there for you. There's like, they had a shower. They had a room for me to stay in with a bathroom and a shower. I had my own room there to stay in, like for family members to stay in. And luckily the hospice wasn't like super packed busy where that room was taken. So they knew I drove from Pennsylvania all the way out to like past Lansing, Michigan, and to stay there with him and be with the family and everything. So everybody was kind of coming and going to say goodbye to my brother. You know, the family was all coming and visiting and staying for like a half a day or a day or whatever. But I just stayed there the whole time. I'm like, I'm not going. I said, when I got there, I kissed his forehead and I said, I'm not leaving until you do. And at that point, he was on so many pain medications. He kind of wrinkled his eyebrows a little bit, but he really couldn't talk. He couldn't speak. He couldn't do anything. So, but I said, I'm not leaving until you do. I will not walk out of these doors until you are wheeled out of here. And it was me and his daughter were the only, I've told this story before. Me and his only daughter were the only ones who watched the coroner come and put him on the stretcher and wheel him out. And my niece and I held hands and watched them wheel him out on the stretcher to take him to the funeral home. But his wife was like, can you stay? Because I can't see him go out on a stretcher in a body bag. And I'm like, I totally understand. I can handle it. I can do this. And his daughter, who is an amazing person, who I need to do a whole video on, my niece Kate, because Kate is like a queen. Kate is, wherever my brother is, somehow, I always tell her every time I text her, I'm like, your dad is somewhere just beaming and so proud of you right now. He brought an amazing person into this world. That's all I'm going to say. She is just incredible person. She actually started out when she first was working, when she was a teenager. It's so ironic that she volunteered at the American Cancer Society. She was doing volunteer work there, and she did such a good job. They actually hired her, and she was working there. She did all that, and what did she end up losing her dad to? Cancer. So she had a lot of experience with it from working there and meeting with families and dealing with all of that, which is so weird the way everything happens, isn't it? I mean, it's not what she's doing now, but that's what she did like back when she was a teen. It was so strange. It was almost like, and I remember, I think she said that even at the hospice. She's like, you know, I saw so many families go through this that it's almost like, in a weird way, I lived through it so many times, but I never thought it would be with my own dad. And yeah, it was really emotional. It was like one of the biggest things in my life I think that's ever happened to me was having me and my niece be the last two family members at the hospice. Everybody left, everybody went home, and it was me and my niece, and we talked to the coroner, and they had the hearse and everything. We're the ones who met with them and talked to them. And let me tell you, when you're the person who has to do that for somebody in your family, you got to be strong. It is not easy. So if you've been through that, I'm so sorry. I know what it's like. I didn't even go through a lot of it. I was there at the very end. But everybody said they were calling me the Rock all the time. They said the whole time I was at the hospice, I was just hugging everybody and saying, we're going to be okay. We're all here, blah, blah, blah. I didn't break down.
No number available.
I didn't break down. I was like, at the hospice, I was like the strong one for everyone in the family. Then we went to the funeral. That was a different story. I think I told this story before, but at my brother's funeral, I was absolutely fine until the priest at the church said, if you want to go and say, it was right before the mass, and they had like they called it like the final family viewing. And it was just like immediate family. So it was me and my brothers and my mom and dad and my brother's wife and kid. It was, immediate family only. And they said, do you want to say goodbye to him one last time before we close the casket? And I swear, this is why I don't like that whole funeral thing and that whole like open casket, the whole Christian, that whole thing. I think it's I don't think it's healthy. I'm just going to say it. I don't think the way they do Catholic funerals and stuff is healthy for people's mental state. It does not help people, I don't think, for days and days to see their family member laying in an open casket, having like all these visitations and all. I think it's like, I don't know. It didn't help me. I'll just say that. It did not help me. It was like, I said my goodbyes to him when we were at the hospice. It's like, stop saying goodbye to people after they're already gone. It perpetuates that thing of never telling people how much you love them and care about them while they're still here. Now, everybody shows up to my brother's funeral after he is gone for days to tell them to look at him and say goodbye and how much they loved him. Well, where the hell were you? Like all the other years of his life, That's why I said I will have no funeral. I want no funeral. I want no memorial. None of that shit. If you can't show up and tell me to my face that you care about me and you love me now, don't wait until I'm freaking gone and be like, oh, I really loved you. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm dead now, so fuck off. It's so stupid. It's just so stupid. I don't know. But anyway, so the priest was like, oh, if you want to say your final goodbyes, blah, blah, blah. Jamie and Jeremy, my best friends, as usual, were almost late. They were like, we weren't late. We were right on time. I told them what time to be at the church, but they did have to be fair, they did have to drive from Detroit all the way out past Lansing in Michigan, which, if you know, that is a long-ass drive. It's a really long drive. It's like an hour and a half or something, I don't know, from where they had to go. So, yeah, they were a little bit late. So the service was about to start, and I walk up. It's me and my brothers, my three remaining brothers. I walked up to the casket. They were behind me. I went up first, and I was looking at my brother, and there was something about, I'll tell you exactly what triggered me, is the priest saying, do you want to say goodbye to him one last time before we close the casket? And that's where I lost it. I walked up to him, and when I looked at him, I realized I was never going to see his face again. And I don't know what clicked in me, but up until that point, even through the hospice, seeing him, I was there when he took his last breaths, everything, I was okay until the priest said, before we close the casket. And then something in my mind like snapped, and it was totally out of a freaking movie. And it's so weird because I always maybe I would see this in a movie and be like, that is so fakety fake. Like, who does that? Why are you being so over dramatic? Not me. At the church, like, threw myself across my brother's chest and was bawling my eyes out, hugging him, saying, No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Can't lose you. You can't leave. No, 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 no. And me being like hyper over dramatic, and to the point where like my three brothers behind me came up behind me and had to like grab my shoulders and pull me off of my brother in his casket. And I can laugh about it now, but at the time it was really dramatic and very upsetting. And so that was crazy. That was like the worst thing ever. And I remember doing it. That's the weirdest thing. I remember doing it, and I could see myself doing it. I could see myself like throwing myself on him and saying no, no, no. But at the same time, I'm like, God, was that me? It's like I almost like was out of my own body and watching myself do it and seeing my brothers. And then my brothers had me, they like were holding me up basically, because I was like inconsolable at that point. And they were kind of holding me up, and I looked, and I'll never forget, I looked over to the doors of the church right as we're walking away from my brother's casket. The doors of the church open, and there's light coming through, like light behind them, like they're backlit. And my two best friends walked through the door. Jamie and Jeremy walked in. And they walk in, and I basically did one of those, I whacked them, I'm like, where the hell were you? I'm like, you were supposed to be here 5 minutes ago. That's when I needed you. But I was so happy they were there. You know, it was just the whole thing. I mean, I hate to say it. It was like a freaking movie. It was so weird. It was so surreal. I still can't believe that's my life. Like, you know, when things happen to you and you're like, was that my life? It's just, these things happen and you're just like, wow. It's, I don't know. Life is strange, isn't it? But they were, my point of this story is, there's a point. My point of this story is, and this is longer than an hour vlog because I went the long way. Jamie was there for me. You know, Jamie and Jeremy were there for me. There is one time Jamie was not there for me, and I have never let him forget it. I told him, I said, the one time I'm going to need you is when I lose Tippy. And that was, Tippy was my little heart dog. I talk about that. That was the one that devastated me. 10 years ago, this past January, I said, I don't care what happens, but when I lose Tippy, I need you. And then I told him, you know, when I lost Voodoo and Dude, like all the dogs that I lost that Jamie wasn't here for, I'm like, oh, you bastard. But yeah, I seriously really needed Jamie here when I lost Tippy. And I know he can't always be here, and I can't, and you know, it's hard when, what are you going to do when you live 500 miles away? You just can do your best with being there for your friends. But when something happens like that suddenly, it's like, what are you going to do, you know? I couldn't, like today, I wish I was there for him. I mean, he had to go to work all day, but I did ask him, I said, you know, this weekend I can't come out. What are you doing next weekend? And he said, next weekend is really crazy, crazy busy. And I'm like, okay, well, what about the second weekend of May? He goes, well, I'll probably be working, but I should, other than work, I should really be around. So I'm like, okay, because I said, if I come out there, you know, I want to spend time with you. I'm not coming out. I mean, I'm going out to spend time with my dad as well. I said, but that's fine. I said, if you're working, you know, it'll be great if you're working. That's perfect, because I'll be spending time with my dad while you're at work. When you're not at work, I just want me and you to hang out. So, and Jeremy, I'm sure, will, if he's not working or when he's not working, he will be out. So I already sent Jeremy a heads up. But I realized that the weekend, like when I'm planning on going out there, is, I was saying it's Enid's 1-year birthday. And it's her first birthday. And I'm like, well, I wanted to do fun stuff with Casper and Dad and Eliza and take us all up to like Cocoon or go somewhere really fun or do something cool. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. If I go that weekend, we're not going to be doing that. So I'm a little like, but I feel like that's the best week. I really, in my heart, I feel that's the weekend I should go out there. So I think I'm probably going to, and I'll just have to have maybe we'll just make it, May will be Enid's birthday month. She deserves an entire month for her birthday. So we can make it Enid's birthday month, and then I will do her birthday in Michigan with everyone, which will be really fun because I can take her. We can go to all the cool little doggy boutiques and stuff. I'll find the bougie doggy boutiques to take her to all over town. I'll have to look around. I think there's one in Birmingham. I'll have to look and see what kind of dog boutiques are open in Michigan now. There used to be more way back in the day when I lived there, like 20 years ago. There were quite a few, but a lot has changed. Time marches on. Sooner or later, you realize it's marching right across your face. Name that movie. Oh, that's too easy. I gave you that one. That's a gimme. Oh, that's a gimme. If like 5 people don't comment what that is a a line. That's a really well-known one. So it's crazy because I can actually say this in this vlog now because it'll be going up tomorrow. But so I did that little video of Coco, and I wanted to post it on my Instagram reels, and I was also going to put it as a short here. But I decided to put it in this vlog instead. But I was going to put the reel up on my Instagram, and I was going to do a community post for you guys and tell you, because I know a lot of you know Coco, and you know Miss Coco from me and Jeremy doing vlogs at Jamie's and me recording videos at Jamie's and all of the above, and me taking Coco in my Jeep over to see my dad, and I don't know. So you guys have gotten to kind of know Coco over the last 2 or 3 years as well. I mean, she's, like I said, she's like my Detroit dog. Well, my Michigan dog. They're not technically in Detroit anymore. She's Mount Clemens' dog. So you guys got to know her, you know, that way. So I'm kind of like, I wanted to tell you guys, like, right away. I wanted to put something on my community post this morning, which, as I said, that when I'm recording this is Thursday. Probably gonna have a makeup video up today, which I'll link at the end of this, and this vlog will go up tomorrow or something, or Saturday or whatever. I don't know, I'll have to move it around. We'll figure something out. I have so many videos to put up. I have videos that I've recorded for the last 3 weeks that I have not put up. You guys are gonna get like videos, like vlogs that are like 2 weeks old. I was gonna put up, so I vlogged when I took Casper to the vet when he was sick, right? When he got sick 2 weeks ago. And then I took him for a checkup last Thursday, and I vlogged that. So then I thought, well, it'd be fun to like just put the 2 vlogs together and make a super vlog, like a really long, like 2-hour vlog of like the epic of Casper eating something in the yard and being sick, and then his checkup, which is fun because Enid went with us both times, so they were in the car with me and whatever, and I reported on the whole thing and what happened and blah blah blah. So I still have those, and then I have a review of a perfume I got, and I have a coat that I got that was like, is very special, and I can't believe it's really here, and I got it. I've wanted it since last year, and it's one of those things, I did not impulse buy it. I waited 8 months to get it. 8 months. I had that coat in my cart and wanted it, and then it sold out. And then it sold out. I'm like, oh God, it's gone. And then they made more of them because it's a small business, and they're like, it is not a fast fashion. It was expensive, and I did have a code. I had like an influencer code from a doggy influencer because it is dog related. And yes, it's a coat that's dog related, so you know it has to do with Enid, right? It may or may not be an Enid pocket coat. But I did a review of that, like a really quick one. And then I had a major, mega, like a tea haul. Yes, as in tea, not t-shirt, tea, drinking tea, a tea haul. I bought enough tea to make it a haul, 2 boxes. But a lot of it's for making cold brew and iced tea. So I'm going to be doing that because I've really cut down on drinking Coke. I don't keep it in the house anymore, in my fridge at all. Which is why my teeth looks so good. And I got compliments. He's like, your teeth are so clean. They look amazing. And I'm like, thank you. I have been cutting down on bad stuff. I've really cut down on sweets. I'm down another pound today. I'm so happy. I gained weight in January again. I had lost a bunch of weight. I got to my lowest in a while, and then I gained again in January, and now it's coming off again. So I'm getting there. But doing all the yard work is helping a lot. But the big thing is not drinking Coke. And I think I've talked about this before, but I can't have artificial sweeteners because they make me extremely ill. I have food sensitivities to aspartame. Will put me in the hospital. I mean, I actually saw an endocrinologist, an internal medicine doctor. They're like, because I had all these problems, and it turns out like things I can't have: carrageenan, aspartame, any kind of artificial sweeteners. I said MSG, carrageenan, MSG, artificial sweeteners. So those are the things that I have food sensitivities to, and it is bad. Let me tell you, when I say it's bad, it's bad. I get really, really violently ill. I actually, it's bad. I thought, well, the one time it was in my 20s. It was in my 20s. I ended up in emergency. I thought I had food poisoning. I was sick for like 2 or 3 days, and it was like food poisoning for days. And Jamie was in med school at the time. We were living in the apartment on the Wayne State campus. And he's like, baby, this is not food poisoning, not for this long. This is nuts. So I ended up going to see a doctor, and then seeing another doctor, and then seeing an endocrinologist. I had a vitamin D deficiency, and I had a severe reaction to MSG. The MSG actually made me incredibly sick because we had gone out to dinner. I'll never forget, we were out in Saline, Michigan. My Michigander people and stuff, or even that whole Midwest area. You might know where Saline is. Not that far from Ann Arbor, U of M. Oh, don't mix up the colleges, pisses people off. University of Michigan is in Ann Arbor, and Saline is not that far from there. It's out Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor, blah, blah, blah. This is all Greek to anyone who is not from that area. But anyway. Oh, someone had a little squirrel? Oh, no. It's a piece of garbage. Oh, I thought it was a squirrel. Just a piece of paper. We're good. No squirrels were harmed. Just a piece of trash. Thank God. So we went out to dinner with friends, and it was me and Jamie, and it was in our old band, our original iteration of the band. I'm stopping at my P.O. box, by the way, because I might have one card in here that I never got. By the way, I totally forgot to film Casper's opening all Casper's spring cards. So I'm going to have to do that, and we're just going to be like, oh, well, I'm very late posting this, but they're very cute. So I'm going to do it anyway. Let me go check my P.O. box. I'll be right back. Okay, nothing in the P.O. box, but I had to get some more of these and some more of these big mailing envelopes because I have some stuff to send out to friends around the globe. Not really, around the United States. Anyway, so I was saying, like, we went to dinner in Saline. We went to this Chinese restaurant. It was a whole big group of us. I remember it was a big round table, and it was the engineer who was recording. We were recording our band's a CD for our band back in it was in the 90s. Oh my God. It was in the 90s. So we were recording the CD. We go out to this dinner, and I am just pigging out on Chinese food. I mean, we were partying. We were just pigging out because we had been recording that weekend. We went and spent the weekend out there. We were like recording. We were all excited. The whole band was there. The engineer was there. His brother was there. Blah, blah, blah. Good old times. We go home, and I just start like, it was like The Exorcist. It was like Linda Blair in The Exorcist, puking my guts out. I mean, like violently ill, though. I have since and before, like, had food poisoning, and it was nothing like this. This was like food poisoning times a million. And the thing that I really should have thought about, why I should have known it was, I mean, how would I know? You know, I mean, I was in my 20s and whatever, but nobody else got sick. No one at that table got sick. It was all me. And it was I was literally like dehydrated. I couldn't move. I couldn't walk. I was incapacitated completely, and I was sick for days. So Jamie, being a med student, was like, we need to get you checked out. This is not right. And it turned out that it was the MSG, that I basically had poisoned myself with the MSG that was in that food. So it was akin to being poisoned because I had such a bad sensitivity to it. So I have to read labels because MSG is another one of those things that's in everything. And sometimes it's under different names. Over the years, I have tried to like have it in small doses to kind of acclimate myself to it. I'll tell you one thing that MSG is in. It's in Doritos. I've just ruined Doritos for you. No, MSG is in Doritos, and it's in a lot of salty, like chip type of products. It's what gives it like that flavor, the umami and the saltiness and all that. So anyway, yeah, super salty ickiness. And I used to eat Doritos and I would get a migraine. So if I would have small amounts of MSG, it would start as like a migraine, and then it would progress to being like violently ill. Oh, it's 12:30. I can drink water. Oh, thank God. You know, I could have been in the left lane and flown through this light, and then I'd be cutting people off. I just ain't that rush today. This day just kind of took a weird turn, and I kind of just want to take it easy and I'm being kind to myself today. I'm giving myself grace. On this Thursday, the day of Miss Coco's passing, let's all give ourselves some kindness and grace and treat ourselves with kindness and let ourselves grieve for Miss Coco and my best friend Jamie. And all my other friends and family who knew Coco and loved her, because my dad loved her, my niece, Mads. I had to text Mads right away this morning, and she's like, no. She's got pictures because Mads would go to Michigan with me. Mads is always going to Michigan with me to ride along and go see my dad and their mom. And I just texted, and I realized also that the weekend that I'm looking at going to Michigan is Mother's Day weekend, which is interesting. Really, it almost feels like my husband should be going to see his mom for Mother's Day. So I don't know. It's I gotta text Jamie, because now that I know it's Mother's Day weekend, he might be doing stuff with his mom, so that might not be a good weekend for me to go. So I've got to ask him. I don't want to say I forget, but Jamie's mom is still with him. Jeremy's mom is still with him. I have lost my mom, so Mother's Day to me doesn't mean anything, because I don't have kids and I don't have a mom. So Mother's Day is like, whatever. I mean, if my husband wants to take me out or do something cute and say, he always gives me a card from the dogs, which is adorable. But, you know, it's not, you know, I'm not really doing anything. Okay, I'm at Richard's Tree Farm. I'm going to grab my plants that I need to fill out the gardens. And yeah, I feel like I live at this place now. Holy crap. I am just always here. It's kind of funny. All right, they're going to be like, God damn, you're back again. I told them yesterday, I said I might be back later this afternoon. Okay, I'm here. I'm going to get this stuff, and then I think maybe we'll chat on my way home. We'll see. I got to get something to eat, though. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I am currently on pause. Look how chapped I am. Look at this. Oh my God, you guys, I don't know what to do. I'm going to keep doing this. Do you guys have any other suggestions? Put your chapped lip suggestions. I probably own it, whatever it is. But I can't imagine there's anything that's better than Dr. Paw Paw. Made in Great Britain. Really? You know, this is from Dublin, Ireland? Go figure. Nourish Original Balm. Vegan-friendly natural ingredients. That's why I like this. I'm currently in the parking lot at Taco Bell. I am trying a Dirty Mountain Dew Blast. It's like a limited edition thing. And I got a small because I'm not a huge fan of Mountain Dew, but I'm very thirsty right now. And I hate that I'm even drinking it because, like, I just got my teeth clean. And I might end up putting it in the fridge for my husband later. Anyway, I ordered a veggie bowl. I'm so proud of myself. I ordered the veggie bowl with the black beans and rice and cabbage, and I got no cheese. I had the nacho cheese taken off. I can't stand that nacho cheese. It's icky. And they have chicken nuggets at Taco Bell now. Did you guys know this? I haven't been to Taco Bell since I tried the donut, whatchamacallums, the milk bar, whatever, you know, they did those churros. Oh my God. I'm so glad they weren't here for that long. I had them that one time when I tried them, and I never had them again. For the rest of my life, I will probably crave those milk bar birthday cake churros. Probably one of the greatest things I've ever had. I did come back one time to see if they still had them, and they still had them, but they were sold out. And I'm like, damn it. But it was a good thing because I just don't need to eat the extra sugar and clean teeth. So I got a veggie bowl. I'm so proud of myself. I got all my plants, lots and lots of plants, more plants. Oh my God. But I think I'm done until I get my, I'm done until I get my, whatchamacallums, my whiskey barrel planters. But wait, I gotta show you what I got. I gotta see if I can do it really carefully because I don't want to break it. Look at this poppy. Look at this. Look at the size of the bud on this poppy. And this is what it looks like. Pretty poppy. It was $18.99. It's an oriental poppy, and it's called Royal Wedding, and it's kind of like all white with like a dark purpley black in the middle, and it looks so gorgeous. I have not had luck with poppies where I live. These things better survive or I am going to be pissed. I have been trying to grow poppies at our house for a long time, but never in this garden and in this space and where there's so much sun. I think that might have been my problem. Okay, I'm gonna go see if my drive-thru order is ready. So I ordered a veggie bowl for me, and I ordered some chicken nuggets for Eliza, because if there's nuggets, I need to take them home for Eliza. I don't eat chicken, but my doggies do, and I have been gone for a few hours now, so I need to go home and get to work. I can probably chat on the drive home. So let me get my order. I can still chat on the way home because I can't eat a veggie bowl while I'm driving. I couldn't get anything spicy either because of this nonsense. And they said to eat something soft. So I just got the rice and bean vegetarian bowl from Taco Bell. Do I have everything at home to make this stupid veggie bowl? Yes, I just realized that after I ordered it. But I am sometimes not so smart. Let me put my... stay hydrated. Let me put my water thing up here. I hope it doesn't spill. Wait, if I put my purse up here, it won't spill. I need an Enid in here holding all my stuff together. Oh, my Kleenex box is in the way. Oh my God. Ugh. Look, the fact that there is not a Miss Coco in the world has thrown off my entire day. It really has. And, oh, so we have to talk about the Mother's Day thing. I'm going to have to talk to Jamie and... But see, I'd have to go that weekend after Mother's Day because then after that, it's freaking Memorial Day. And I am not traveling on Memorial Day weekend with all the kooks out on the road. No, ma'am, absolutely not. Let me get my Taco Bell order and we'll try that weird cream soda, Baja, whatever the heck it is. Water's making me burp. I'll be right back. I love how fast that was so fast. Oh my God. So... let me tell you what my stupid phone keeps doing. This is why I swear Apple is just trying to talk me into getting a new phone. I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and I want to just get the 16 Pro Max and be done with it. But there's nothing really wrong with this phone. But the one thing it keeps doing, and maybe this is happening to people with 16s anyway, it's just randomly deleting apps on me. I'm coming to Taco Bell and I'm going to do like the app, right? And I look and it's not downloaded on my phone anymore. And then I look and I cannot believe how many apps my phone has decided that I don't need. And these are apps that I use, like, I mean, maybe I haven't used them in the last month, but I don't want them deleted. especially not when I'm out somewhere and about to get food or going, oh, I'm going to stop and get food. Well, now I had to take a pause, sit in the parking lot, download the app. Then I had to sign back in. Okay, so I got this, watching the light, what's it called? Small Dirty Baja Blast. So it's a Dirty Baja Blast. Oh my God, it's good. Oh my God. Oh my God, my husband's not getting this. I feel it eating away at my teeth, like immediately as I'm drinking it, though. I don't like that part of it. I'm not normally a Mountain Dew person. That doesn't really taste like Mountain Dew. It tastes like a cream soda. So it has vanilla syrup in it, apparently. That's what the dirty part of the Mountain Dew Baja Blast is. Like, it has like a vanilla flavor. I might have to do a 1-minute review of it when I get in my driveway, because I haven't done a 60-second review in my I haven't done a 60-second review in my shorts in a while on here. So I think I just took a little sip, so I cheated. Okay, pretend it's my first time having it. I'm gonna have to go in and like brush my teeth again after I drink this thing. It's good. It's very refreshing, but let me tell you, like, I can't imagine getting a large of that. Like, I got the smallest one they had. I'm like, do you have a little micro size? Just need like a little Dixie cup of it to try. You know what would be such a good thing to do today if I didn't have to plant more plants and do a makeup video that I'm not sure I can do with the lips? It would be such a great day to take Casper and Enid to the dog park. Ever since we built our yard, I haven't taken him to the dog park because he's got our big yard to run around in. But I want him to be around other dogs as well. Although I'm a little more nervous about him being around big giant dogs now, because he does have his luxating patella, his little knee issue. Also, Enid has to stay in the tiny dog area. They have a little dog area and a big dog area. Enid cannot go around big dogs. She is so fragile and so tiny. Even taking Enid in the small dog area with Casper, like, makes me nervous. We have to really monitor Casper when he's running around the yard, because he gets in, like, we call it crazy mode, and he gets the zoomies, and he gets in crazy mode, and he always ends up, like, slamming into her. And he doesn't mean to hurt her, but because he's deaf, if she cries or whines, or if he steps on her, he can't hear her. So he will just keep trampling her, and it's really dangerous. Like most dogs, you know, he would run into her, or she'll yelp at him. She'll kind of go, rah, 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 like, stay away from me, and he can't hear it. So it's like, you know, it's not good. So basically, it's a thing where he can't run, like, alone with her. We never leave them out in the yard anyway by themselves. I would never leave them in the yard and go upstairs. It's just dangerous. We have like hawks, and there's a bald eagle that flies over our house. If y'all don't think that bald eagle would not fly off with my 6-pound dog, or just under 6-pound dog, that eagle would take off with her in a heartbeat, man. She'd be out of here. She'd be flying away with the eagle. So, and she does have her little coyote vest that I put on her. But there's so much stuff that can, like, get her, you know? There's the hawks in the yard. There's the bald eagle. There's just all kinds of crap. So I just don't leave her out there. It's just dangerous. We do have coyotes in our woods. Most of the stuff that would swoop Enid would be after dark. There's a lot of big owls out in my yard. Usually we hear like two or three of them hoo-hooing back and forth. But yeah, it's just not worth the risk. So, but we also can't leave them out together, because Casper sometimes gets overexcited and he runs into her and runs her over. And she's really smart, though. She runs over to me and she stands between my legs if he starts getting zoomies and she's not feeling it. Or Enid is so smart. She knows how to protect herself. If she sees him getting zoomies, she'll like beeline and run under the couch, our patio furniture. We have like a couch, and a love seat and a chair. And she's so funny. That couch is so long, she'll go run under it and stand right under the couch because she's so short she could stand up without even crouching. She fits under the couch because she's only like this tall. So she fits under there and she just runs under the couch and stands there, and he crouches down in a play bow and tries to get her and he can't reach her, so it's kind of hilarious. So she definitely knows how to protect herself, but I still don't leave them alone. And the fact that, like, I don't like her running around our yard with him when he's on full blast, running full speed. He's like 25 pounds of full speed Casper solid muscle running at her. Must protect the Enid at all costs, forever and ever. We'll always protect the Enid. So yeah, I didn't even think about that though. I was saying, like, for Mother's Day, Jamie might be doing stuff with his mom. Everybody might be doing stuff with their moms. So I might have to go. What is going on over here? Everyone is stopped on my road for some reason. That's so bizarre. It's like, okay. A bunch of cars that were just randomly stopped. I think a person was trying to back out of their driveway and someone was trying to be nice and let them back out. But that's not a good thing to do because that actually causes more accidents than it helps that one person. Because nobody on my road understands, like, why is everyone at a complete stop and there's no school bus? People barely stop for the school buses around here. You think they're going to stop for some poor guy trying to get out of his driveway? Seriously? Okay, so I have to pull back into my backyard again. Oh, I've got to text our friend who dropped the dumpster off for us, see if he can pick it up maybe on Sunday. So tomorrow is going to be my dumpster day, I think. Well, tomorrow, so Friday when this is going up, I will most likely be cleaning out my shed and my garage and throwing more things away that are busted or otherwise. Why am I keeping this kind of stuff? Which I have a lot of busted stuff. Like, why am I keeping this? I find, like, pots, like plant pots that are like broken and cracked, and I'm like, why do I still have this? Like, I have this one big green plant pot that I've had since we lived here, and it's cracked on the side. It's got a couple cracks in it, and I'm like, why in the world am I keeping this? I don't know. Yeah, I might have to see if Sarah, our dog sitter, wants some of my extra pots though, because I have all these pots. And I don't think she has like a garden, like a bed, but she might be wanting to do some container gardening, and I have some bigger pots that she might be able to use. So I might have to see if she wants some. Anywho, I am almost home, so I am going to go. But thank you for joining me on this somewhat melancholy day of, it's a gorgeous day out, but it's like, you know, blue sky, sun, but no Miss Coco. So I'm kind of a little down. I mean, it feels weird. It feels surreal because I'm not in Michigan with Jamie. And I kind of feel like knowing, you know, I'm going to go out there and she's not going to be there. It feels weird. I think it's going to hit me a lot more when I'm actually out there. But I was looking at pictures of her and I made the little video and I was like, kind of say, I totally bawled my eyes out watching the little video. She was a good girl. She was a traumatized, rescued survivor of a pit bull who survived the mean streets of Detroit and evil-ass dog fighters and went on to be the absolute, Jamie always called her princess too. He always jokingly called her princess. She was just absolutely the princess. I told Jamie, I said, you know, she's going to haunt your house because she's going to be like, this is still my house, bitches. He said, LOL, LMFAO. He was cracking up. I said, yeah, you're still going to hear her clicky, clicky, clicky paws around the house. I think that's going to be the hardest thing is Jamie's house is bigger than mine. He's got this huge mansion. And we were just joking about last week. I called and I said, or he called me and he goes, well, Coco's still alive. I'm like, yay. And I was like, oh, I'll see her when I come out. And now I won't. So this is your reminder. If there's somebody you love or a pet you love or people you love and appreciate, don't wait until they're gone to say how much you love them or to go visit them or drop them a text or just say, hey, just wanted to tell you how important it is to me that you're still here on this planet and breathing. Don't wait until somebody's stupid funeral and then go tell them how much you love them, because it doesn't matter then. Tell them now while they're still here. So that is your reminder for the day, for the weekend. It is the weekend. Let's have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and go tell someone that you care about that you love them before they are gone. Do not wait. Regret is a terrible thing when you haven't said goodbye to somebody. I will see you in the next one, but I am going to say goodbye now. So goodbye, but just for now. I'll see you again soon. Bye. 60-second review of the Dirty Mountain Dew Baja Blast Dream Soda. Here it is. It's a crazy green, and I don't know what all this white on the bottom is. Is it sugar? Is it vanilla syrup? We don't know. It's probably pure sugar. Anyway, I want to start by saying I'm not a huge Mountain Dew fan. My husband is, but I am not. But this sounded interesting. It is allegedly like a vanilla cream soda flavor, so let's try it. It kind of melted a little bit. Oh my God, yum. Okay. As someone who does not like Mountain Dew that much, or at all, actually, I really don't like it. If I had a choice of water or Mountain Dew, I'd choose water. This is very vanilla tasting, and it's not as sweet as I expected. It's very refreshing. If it's a hot day like it is here, can definitely recommend, even if you don't like Mountain Dew.